Hello, my friends. Here's the thing according to the National Institute on Aging, 70% of adults over 60 have some level of bone loss, and most have no idea. What's even more surprising, the very foods we've eaten our whole lives, especially certain types of meat, could be part of the problem. So let me ask you this. Could the meat you've trusted for decades actually be weakening your bones from the inside out? And if so, is there a better way to eat one that lets you keep enjoying what you love while still protecting your strength and independence? You're watching Dr. Jarek, where we dive into the science behind healthy aging without hype, scare tactics, or complicated jargon. In today's video, I'm going to show you what really happens to your bones after 60 and why strength quietly fades, how meat affects your bones and which types do more harm than good, the difference between bad meats and bone-safe meats, how to eat meat the right way without giving it up entirely, a full 7-day plan to help protect and rebuild your bones, and finally, the everyday habits that silently destroy bone strength and what to do instead. Stick with me, because the information we'll cover today isn't common knowledge, and it's likely no one's ever explained it to you this way before. But it could change how you eat, move, and feel for the next 20, even 30 years. Let's start with the basics. Your bones aren't just hard sticks holding you up. They're living, breathing tissue constantly renewing, rebuilding, and adapting. At every age, your body breaks down old bone and forms new bone. It's called bone remodeling, and it happens every single day. But after age 60, that balance starts to shift and not in your favor. See, the cells that build new bone called osteoblasts slow down with age. Meanwhile, the cells that break bone down, osteoclasts, keep working at full speed. It's like having a construction crew that's gradually retiring. While the demolition team keeps tearing things down, over time, this leads to weaker, thinner bones and a much higher risk of fractures. You might think, but I still feel strong. I walk every day, and that's great, but bone loss often happens silently. You won't feel it until something breaks. That's why it's called the silent thief. In fact, studies show you can lose up to 20% of your bone density before symptoms appear. Women experience this more dramatically, especially after menopause due to a drop in estrogen, which plays a key role in bone protection. But men aren't off the hook. After age 65, men's testosterone levels decline too, which also affects bone building. The good news, it's never too late to take action. Coming up, I'll walk you through how certain types of meat, but I'll also show you what to eat instead, how to pair your meals for better absorption, and how to build back strength even if you've already been diagnosed with bone loss. The next few minutes might help you catch what others miss and protect your body from the inside out. In fact, certain meats, especially when eaten in excess, can quietly tip your body's chemistry out of balance and weaken your skeletal system over time. When your body digests high amounts of animal protein, especially red meat, it produces acids like sulfuric acid as a byproduct. Your kidneys work hard to filter it, but to neutralize that acid, your body pulls minerals from your bones, most notably calcium. Over time, this constant buffering can gradually chip away at your bone density. Let me break it down. Processed meats like bacon, deli ham, sausages, and hot dogs. These are the worst offenders. They're high in sodium, which increases calcium loss through urine. They're also full of nitrates and inflammatory compounds. Bad news for both bones and blood vessels. Red meats like beef, lamb, and pork aren't all bad, but moderation is key. Eating large portions daily, especially without enough vegetables, increases acid load and inflammation. White meats, such as chicken and turkey, are gentler on the system, especially if you bake or boil instead of fry. Fatty fish like salmon and sardines. Now we're talking. These provide not only protein, but also vitamin D and omega-3 fats, which support bone building and reduce inflammation. And here's a forgotten piece: how you cook meat matters. Grilling at high heat, charring, or deep frying can create harmful compounds called ages-advanced glycation, end products which trigger inflammation and oxidative stress. These processes accelerate bone breakdown. Let me tell you about Frank, a 67-year-old retired truck driver. His new diet: grilled salmon twice a week, chicken stir-fry with broccoli, lentils and spinach instead of sausage and white bread. Within a year, his bone density scan showed marked improvement. Here's the takeaway. Meat isn't the problem, it's the imbalance. Meat without plants. Meat too often. Meat cooked the wrong way, that's where trouble begins. In the next section, we'll zoom in on the worst meat habits you need to avoid after 60 and the types of meat that can actually help strengthen your bones when combined with the right foods. Here are 4 of the most damaging habits to watch out for. First, eating processed meat every day. Bacon for breakfast, deli ham for lunch, hot dogs for dinner. Sound familiar according to a study from the Journal of Bone and Mineral Research? High sodium diets are linked to lower bone density in older adults. If you eat cold cuts or cured meats every day, your body is trying to hold on to calcium with one hand while your diet is pulling it away with the other. Second, skipping veggies when eating meat. You may be eating high-quality protein like grilled chicken or stir-fried beef, but without alkaline-forming foods like leafy greens, cruciferous vegetables, or beans, your body still tends to be acidic. Over time, that imbalance can lead to bone mineral loss. What matters is what you pair your meat with. Think of vegetables as buffers that work for you, not against you. Third, overcook or burn meat. You know that dark crust on a steak or those sears on the grill? They may taste good, but they're loaded with AGE's advanced glycation end products. AGEs promote inflammation and oxidative stress, both of which accelerate bone breakdown. Switch to slower cooking methods like steaming, stewing, or grilling at moderate temperatures. Fourth, make meat the center of your plate. Here's a mindset shift. Meat should be a side dish, not the main course. Many older adults still build their meals around a large piece of meat, with a small amount of vegetables or grains. That habit day after day adds up. Instead, flip your plate. Let vegetables, whole grains, and calcium-rich foods like sesame seeds, bok choy, or almonds take center stage. Make meat the focal point, not the anchor. Next, we'll look at the good news meat, and meat products can actually support bone strength when used properly. In fact, when used properly, certain meats can provide essential nutrients like collagen, protein, and even vitamin D precursors. Here are the 4 best meat choices for seniors and how to combine them for stronger, more resilient bones. First is wild-caught salmon plus dark leafy greens. Not only is salmon rich in protein, it's also one of the best natural sources of omega-3 fatty acids and vitamin D. Both play an important role in maintaining bone mineral density. Omega-3s help reduce inflammation in bone tissue, while vitamin D improves calcium absorption. Pair with sautéed kale, collard greens, or mustard greens which are high in calcium. Magnesium and vitamin K1. Bonus tip: drizzle with a little olive oil and a squeeze of lemon juice to increase nutrient bioavailability. Second is chicken thighs with skin, plus steamed cauliflower. Chicken thighs, preferably from free-range chickens, provide high-quality protein and natural collagen, especially if you leave the skin on and cook them low and slow. Collagen supports bone structure, which helps reduce brittleness. In contrast, cauliflower provides a surprising amount of calcium, along with vitamin C and sulforaphane, an antioxidant that helps slow bone loss. Together, this combination supports both bone structure and defense. 3 sardines with bones, plus orange marinated lentil salad? That's right, sardines. They're small but mighty. Canned sardines, especially those with bones, are one of the most absorbable sources of calcium and vitamin D. Just 1 small can provides more than 300 milliliters of calcium. But here's the key: pair sardines with foods rich in vitamin C, like lentils with lemon sauce or red bell peppers. Vitamin C helps build collagen and boosts iron absorption from plant-based foods. Plus, lentils provide magnesium and plant-based protein, making this a winning combination. Fourth meal is a bone broth. Quinoa vegetable bowl. Homemade bone broth. Simmered for hours, is packed with gelatin, collagen, and trace minerals like phosphorus and glycine. While not a standalone source of calcium, it helps lubricate joints and strengthen bone matrix. Use it as the base for a warm grain bowl quinoa, roasted carrots, spinach, and a dash of turmeric. Add a hard-boiled egg or shredded chicken for extra protein. This is nutritious, easy to eat, and super effective for weak bones. The secret here isn't just the meat, it's how you prepare it and what you put next to it on the plate. You may be eating all the right foods, taking supplements, even exercising. But if you're still engaging in one or more of the habits we're about to discuss, you may be sabotaging your progress without even realizing it. These are the silent saboteurs of bone health. Most people don't talk about them. Your doctor may not mention them, but they can reduce your bone density little by little every day. Let's start with one of the most common. First, caffeine overuse. A cup of coffee in the morning. Totally fine. But when you're downing 3, 4, or more cups a day, it's a problem. High amounts of caffeine, especially from coffee, energy drinks, or strong black tea, can interfere with calcium absorption and increase the amount of calcium lost in your urine. Studies show that consuming more than 300 milliliters of caffeine per day, about 2 to 3 cups of strong coffee, can negatively affect bone density in older adults. The fix: stick to 1 or 2 cups per day, and don't take them with meals that contain calcium. Second, taking antacids too often. Many older adults suffer from acid reflux or heartburn, but common over-the-counter antacids, especially those that contain aluminum, can bind to phosphorus and reduce calcium absorption. Occasional use is fine, but long-term daily use can lead to mineral imbalances that weaken bones. If you're taking antacids regularly, talk to your doctor about safer alternatives, or check to see if low, not high stomach acid is the real cause of your discomfort, common in older adults. Third, sitting for long periods of time without moving. A sedentary lifestyle accelerates bone loss. Your bones respond to stress walking, standing, light resistance. Without that stimulus, your body thinks you don't need strong bones anymore. If you sit for hours every day without getting up and moving, you're sending the wrong signal. Even standing and stretching for 5 minutes every hour can help. Better yet, add some squats, heel raises, or light weight-bearing exercises to your routine. Fourth, poor posture. Humpback is more than just a cosmetic issue. When you hunch your back, tilt your pelvis, or tilt your neck forward, especially when using your phone or tablet, you're constantly putting pressure on your spine. Over time, this compresses your vertebrae and increases your risk of spinal fractures. Practicing postural reset standing tall with your shoulders back for a few seconds, several times a day, can counteract this effect. Fifth, skip sleep. That's right. Even sleep plays a role. Your body rebuilds bone tissue while you rest. Chronic sleep deprivation, less than 6 hours a night, reduces growth hormone and impairs mineral metabolism. Prioritize 7 to 8 hours of quality rest each night, ideally before midnight. Let me tell you about Thomas. 66. He ate well, walked daily, took supplements, but was losing bone mass. After reviewing his habits, we discovered he drank coffee all day, skipped lunch, and slept only 5 hours a night. With just a few simple lifestyle changes, his next DEXA scan showed improvement. You've learned the science, now let's put it on the plate. This 7-day meal plan was designed specifically for seniors based on research, bone biology, and digestive changes that come with age. It's not just about eating healthy. It's about eating strategically to maximize calcium retention, improve protein absorption, reduce inflammation, and support bone density. No calorie counting, no trendy diets, just real food. Structured the right way. Day 1, calcium first. Breakfast, Greek yogurt with chia seeds, fresh berries, and a drizzle of honey. Lunch, sardine salad on whole grain toast, plus arugula side salad. Dinner, baked salmon with roasted sweet potato and steamed kale. Tip: include 1 glass of unsweetened almond milk, calcium fortified. Day 2, meat done right. Breakfast, scrambled eggs with spinach and mushrooms. Lunch, grilled chicken thighs with quinoa and broccoli. Dinner, vegetable soup with a side of baked tofu and carrots. Tip: avoid drinking tea or coffee with meals, they interfere with calcium absorption. Day 3, boost collagen naturally. Breakfast, bone broth with a soft boiled egg and whole grain toast. Lunch, lentil stew with a handful of almonds. Dinner, pan-seared trout with garlic green beans and brown rice. Tip: add parsley or cilantro to meals rich in vitamin K for bone support. Day 4, alkaline balance day. Breakfast, oatmeal with banana, flaxseed, and cinnamon. Lunch, chickpea and avocado wrap with mixed greens. Dinner, stir-fried tempeh with bok choy, red bell pepper, and sesame oil. Tip: plant-based protein days help offset acid load from earlier meals. Day 5, flexibility focus. Breakfast, cottage cheese with sliced peaches and sunflower seeds. Lunch, turkey lettuce wraps with shredded carrots and cabbage. Dinner, wild-caught cod with mashed cauliflower and asparagus. Tip: add turmeric or ginger to dinner to reduce inflammation in joints. Day 6, restore and recharge. Breakfast, smoothie with spinach, protein powder, banana, and almond butter. Lunch, mushroom barley soup with a side of sliced tomatoes and basil. Dinner, chicken stew with carrots, onions, and lentils. Tip: include 10 to 15 minutes of movement after dinner for digestion and circulation. Day 7, strength maintenance. Lunch, mushroom barley soup with a side of sliced tomatoes and basil. Dinner chicken stew with carrots, onions, and lentils. Tip include 10 to 15 minutes of movement after dinner for digestion and circulation. Day 7 strength maintenance. Breakfast hard-boiled eggs, fresh berries, and whole grain toast. Lunch grilled shrimp salad with arugula, cherry tomatoes, and lemon dressing. Dinner stuffed bell peppers with quinoa, black beans, and a sprinkle of cheese. Tip drink water steadily through the day. Hydration supports mineral transport. Let me introduce you to Ruth. 73. She followed this style of eating not perfectly, just consistently. Her energy improved, joint pain eased, and her follow-up bone scan. Stable, she smiled. Just started eating like my bones mattered. You can do the same without overhauling your entire kitchen, because nutrition is the foundation. But lifestyle, that's the glue that holds it together. Let's take a moment to reflect on what we've covered. You've learned that after age 60, bones don't just weaken because of age, they respond to how we eat, move, sleep, and live. And here's the beautiful part, it's never too late. You can start with one change: a new breakfast, a walk after dinner, switching your plate from meat-heavy to bone-smart. On this channel, Dr. Jarek, I'm here to guide you through each step. No fluff, no pressure, just truth backed by science, delivered with care. So if today's video spoke to you, if you thought of your spouse, your parent, or even your younger self, leave a comment below. What bone strength tip are you going to try first? And don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Because this isn't a one-time talk, it's an ongoing conversation about staying strong, living well, and aging with power. Your bones are still listening. Now's the time to speak back with every bite, every step, and every choice.